Today, we're taking a deep dive into the Amazon to explore the cosmos of the Yanomami people. And let me tell you, it's a world where the line we draw between the physical and the spiritual, well, it just completely vanishes.
So let me ask you something to get started. What if spirits, the spirits of animals, of plants, of your ancestors, what if they weren't just stories? What if they were as real and tangible as the trees outside your window, influencing everything you do, every single day?
Because for the Yanomami, that's not a what-if. It's the fundamental truth of their entire cosmos. There's no clean break between the natural world you can see and touch and the supernatural world of spirits. They are completely, 100% intertwined.
But this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. It's a lived, breathing reality for them. So let's pull back the curtain and explore how they see this invisible, yet totally present layer of reality that shapes their entire lives.
See, this belief system is incredibly practical. For the Yanomami, these supernatural forces are the reason a hunt goes well, or why someone gets sick out of the blue, or why a tragedy strikes. It's not just faith. It's the explanation for the fundamental why of everything that happens.
To really get a handle on this world, we have to meet the key players. And in the Yanomami Cosmos, the most important actors on this spiritual stage are the spirit helpers known as the hekura.
So what exactly are hekura? Okay, think of them like the spiritual blueprints, the immortal core of literally everything that exists. A jaguar has a hekura, a tree has one, even the sun and the moon have their own hekura. They're like the spirit doubles of our entire material world. And where do they come from? Well, their story is rooted deep in a mythical past. The Yanomami believe the hekura are the descendants of the very first beings, these primordial ancestors who were a fascinating blend of human and animal. That gives them this incredible, powerful connection to all of life. But here's the kicker. Even though the whole world is buzzing with these spirits, not just anyone can talk to them or work with them. That power belongs only to the shamans, or shapari. This makes them the absolute essential go-betweens for the human and spirit worlds. And becoming a shaman? Wow. It's an unbelievably intense and transformative journey. It all starts with a calling, but then it involves a ritual death, where the candidate's body is metaphorically devoured by the hekura. The spirits then rebuild a new, spiritually powerful body for them. And this is the most important part. The hekura come to live inside the shaman's chest, becoming their partners for life. So what happens once a shaman has these powerful spirit allies living inside them? Well, their real work begins. They can send their hekura out to track game for hunters, they can direct them to cast spells on enemies, and, maybe most importantly, they use them to heal the sick by literally pulling spiritual toxins or pathogenic objects right out of a person's body.
Now, this spiritual complexity isn't just about the world out there. It turns out it's inside of us too. The Yanomami believe that humans have a really complex spiritual anatomy. We're not talking about a single soul here. We're talking about several distinct parts.
Let's break this down. First, you have the flix. It's like an animal alter ego that lives out in the forest, and its fate is directly tied to yours. If it dies, you die. Then there's the paimiamo, which is your vital life force. If a malicious spirit steals that, you get sick. If you die in a bad way, your spirit can become abhor, a dangerous ghost that lingers and causes trouble. And finally, there's the napulup, a harmless spirit in your eyes that just leaves when you die. So you see, staying healthy means keeping all these parts safe and sound.
Okay, so we've looked at the spirits in the world and the spirits inside of us. Now, let's zoom all the way out and look at the Yanomami map of the entire universe. It's this incredible, perfectly structured, four-layered reality. And the image they use to describe this structure is just amazing. They see the entire cosmos, all four of these layers, as being held inside the belly of a giant cosmic boa. Just think about that for a second. A self-contained, living universe where everything is connected.
All right, so at the very top, you have the celestial layer. This is where the sun and moon live, and it's also the house of souls, the final destination for spirits of relatives who had proper funeral rites.
Right below that is layer 2, our world. Pretty straightforward. This is the physical ground beneath our feet, the place where the Yanomami live, where we all live. Now, beneath our world is the subterranean layer.
And this place isn't like a hell, but it's full of tragedy. It's home to the Amahiri, who were ancient ancestors that got crushed into the earth when the old original sky collapsed. This story serves as a constant, powerful reminder of how fragile their own world is.
And finally, at the very bottom of it all, inside that cosmic boa, is the fourth and final layer. This is a place that represents decay and decomposition, a world inhabited by giant maggots.
So you've got this beautifully intricate universe, filled with spirits and layered souls, but, and this is a big but, it is not a peaceful place. This world is absolutely filled with supernatural dangers and constant spiritual threats.
And these attacks can come in different ways. Harm can be really personal, like through sorcery, where someone might curse an enemy's footprint to make them waste away. Or the threat can be on a much larger scale, like shorta or epidemics, which are seen as a kind of pathogenic, evil smoke that's been released by outsiders.
And the dangers don't stop there. Those poor, the restless ghosts, are a constant fear because they try to steal the souls of children. And then there are the Yawari, these underwater spirits that can actually lure people into rivers and turn them into spirits too.
And all of this brings us right back to the shaman. Because you see, their job isn't just healing people, it's cosmic. The Yanomami believe that widespread disease and death are literally heavy, and that they weigh down the sky. Only the combined power of all the shamans can hold up the sky and stop the entire world from collapsing, just like it did in that ancient story. So, if there's one thing to take away, it's this. Healing a sick person is never just about medicine. It's a battle. It's one small but vital part of a constant epic struggle to keep the whole cosmos in balance and simply to survive.
Which leaves us with one final thing to think about. When the forest is alive with your animal doubles, when getting sick is a spiritual attack, and when your community's survival depends on literally holding up the sky, how does living in a world so packed with spirits completely change what it even means to be human?